Coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series on Speed is brought to you by Just for Men. Stay in the game with Just for Men hair color. And by Advance Auto Parts. Keep the wheels turning.
And welcome back. Ron Hornaday has taken over the top spot here at Texas Motor Speedway in the Chevy Silverado 350K. Fitting, I guess, as though Ron Hornaday's driving that Chevy Silverado right to the front.
As you can see, he has led 19 of our 23 races so far this season, and this is really what brought Ron Hornaday into the picture. Kyle Busch, our leader, came up on some lap trucks, or trying to lap. There's Rick Crawford and Paul Tracy. Kyle jumps to the inside, and these guys race through this corner 3 wide. Look at Ron sneak in there.
He's coming up behind him. And look, Kyle just couldn't quite clear the 14 truck of Crawford. That enabled Hornaday to get up on the inside of him. They ran side by side for 3 or 4 laps while they were trying to figure out who was going to lead this race. Look, Ron gets a bite down on the bottom of the racetrack, clears Busch off turn 2, but he hasn't been able to go anywhere. Kyle's hung right with him.
And so Ron Hornaday getting those 5 bonus points. That has enabled him to move in front now in our points battle.
David Starr slow off of turn 2. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him. Looked like maybe, let's see if we can take a look back at what happened to David Starr in this Zachary Toyota.
You heard his engine was way off the pace. He might have got,
Oh, he's got.
Ooh, he got real loose on the inside. Both of those guys do a nice job not making any contact.
Terry Cook came up on the outside of him, took that air right off the spoiler.
It did. It made him very loose, and these two are really lucky they didn't crash. Look at Terry Cook barely able to slip by between the Star and the wall.
Hey guys, 4 tires and fuel.
Ron Hornaday on pit road. That is your race leader, or was your race leader. Now we've got Kyle Busch out there in front. Ray.
It'll be interesting to see exactly what they do on this. I know it'll be 4 tires. They're going to add fuel, but I haven't heard about chassis adjustments. Why? Because Hornaday said 3 laps ago a little snug, and as he started down pit road, he said, Rick, it's a little loose too. So there's going to be a caution right now as the 63 has trouble on the racetrack. Hornaday's on the pit road here, gets his caution. We'll see how that plays out, whether he can get off of pit road ahead of the pace car.
He's going to be a lap down, I would say. I'd say Kyle Busch has probably already come around.
Yeah, they could have elected to get just 2 tires there, Phil, called off half that pit stop and got back out on the lead lap. They decided to finish that stop, and he's lost a lap. Our point leader is now a lap down.
Yeah, huge.
What a difficult situation now for Ron Hornaday, who was our point leader before he came onto pit road. Now the pace truck is caught up to that 51 of Kyle Busch, so he'll get in front of the field. And there you see Ron Hornaday coming out behind our race leader.
Now he's going to have to battle to try to get in position to get that lucky dog. Obviously not going to get it right here. There's the 63 truck of Jack Smith of Dave Porter Auto Truck Sales.
He's torn up the left front of that truck bad. Wonder how he did this.
Let's take a look.
You see the tire is already smoking. Looks like he may have broken a spindle or a hub or something like that, Mikey.
Yeah, something went wrong with the steering on that truck, and he just looked like a ride along, and that.
There was nothing he could do. It pulled him right into that inside wall, and here comes Kyle Busch bringing the field down onto pit road. Adam Alexander.
The man right behind him, Travis Quapple, he said, I need more grip in the right rear. Chad Norris on the pit box said, give us 4 tires fuel. They will make a chassis adjustment. That being done now. 4 tires, and they will top off the fuel tank. And his teammate said, I need more grip on the front. That would be Colin Brown. You see him bottom of your screen. 4 tires fuel, track bar for the 6. Ray Dunlap.
On the top of your screen for triple pitch, you'll see Kyle Busch. They got a wedge adjustment on this Miccosukee Indian Gaming truck. Number 51 at the top, and in the middle, Scott Speed. He needs more front grip, 4 tires, and an air pressure adjustment on the right front. Kyle Busch is away. We'll watch the race off the end of pit road.
Looks like Travis Quapple's going to win that race. Kyle Busch will come off second. There's Eric Darnell in third, Colin Brown fourth, and Scott Speed fifth.
Race continues off of pit road. Johnny Benson comes out 6th. Now a huge point implication for Ron Hornaday and Johnny Benson here.
Yeah, but it's early in the going. You know, you can have mistakes, you can have misfortune early in a race and overcome it. What bites you is with 20 or 30 laps, something like this were to go down. But right now, Ron Hornaday will stay on the racetrack. He will restart this race in front of the field, most likely be able to drive off from them and get his lap back like that. The old-fashioned way. Ron Hornaday sitting right where he was before this caution came out. but there's a
Green flag,
there's an asterisk by that.
Yeah.
Phil.
He's a mile and a half behind the leader right now of the race.
Tail end of the lead lap cars or trucks, and so Ron Hornaday trying to stay in front, and now what he needs is a caution.
Well, he pitted before the whole field. He was the first truck on the pit road. We saw that bite him at Martinsville. They thought they had enough gas to get to the finish, but they didn't. Here, everybody else had enough gas to run a few more laps. Caution flies. Ron Hornaday's a lap down. Look at Kyle Busch. He's wanting to get Ron Hornaday officially a lap down.
Wow. And he was flying past some of those other lap down trucks.
Remember how good that 51 truck was early in the race. He led the first 35-40 laps, something like that.
Now trying to get by that 33 once again. There's Johnny Benson back there on the right of your screen.
That's a battle for the 5th place. Speed's running 5th. Todd gets down on the inside of Scott Speed. Johnny Benson's going to see if he can fit in that hole too, but Speed goes around the outside of Matt Crafton. Matt had some trouble earlier in the race, was on pit road. Shelby Howard there. These guys have got a lot going on, Phil.
Yeah, how about Ty Bodine? What a recovery he's made. Remember, just a couple cautions ago, he got there, and it's lucky dog with damage to the front of that truck, and here he is racing up in the top 5.
Now Scott Speed's moving to the outside, and that Red Bull number 22 trying to. Oh, hear him feathering the accelerator there.
That's because the 88 of Matt Crafton was in front of him and slowing his progress.
And look at Johnny Benson. He's going to make it 3 wide down into turn 3. He's on the inside of Todd Bodine and Terry Cook.
Makes the pass work. Now what Johnny Benson is looking for is a long green flag run.
He'd like to get away from these trucks right now, too. A little more short term.
What he's looking for is some breathing room. He's been in a battle since they went back green. Now he's going to try to get underneath Terry Cook.
Oh, problems with the 11 of David Starr. He slides up the racetrack. Right behind him, Chad McCumbee gets turned sideways.
Brendan Gaughan does a nice job getting around the very top side of the racetrack to avoid this.
Brendan Gaughan likes going around the top. He was comfortable driving up there. He almost ran out of room. I cannot believe that 11 truck didn't get into the wall. He went sliding down into turn 1 and just barely kept it out of the outside wall.
See flat right side tires for Chad McCumbee. Both the right side tires flat. He gets it refired.
And guess who gets their lap back?
Maybe that 33?
Yeah.
The 33 of Ron Hornaday will make his way around the racetrack.
And then we're going to give one to
another.
Let's give one to Rick Crawford too. He started on the pole.
I mean, it's happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Rick.
I'm guessing that's trick. No, that's a treat.
That's a treat. Aaron's wants to give him a free ride around this racetrack, get back on the lead lap, and that team deserves it. He was in a crash. They settled on the pole in a crash on the first lap, and now they fought their way back onto the lead lap. Good job by the 14 crew.
So the earned lucky dog goes to Rick Crawford. He'll be back on the lead lap. That will actually put 17 on the lead lap.
Now, how does this happen? Looks like David Starr tries to get into a hole that isn't there.
Yep.
Dennis Setzer had filled up the bottom of the racetrack, but Starr is so lucky. Look at that thing slide up the hill, but he keeps it out of the wall.
Did a nice job keeping that truck out of the outside wall. David was the victim of a 3 wide situation. He was in the middle, and then after that spelled out a little bit, you watch this, he's 3 wide here for a minute. As soon as they got around him on the inside and outside, he tried to move to the inside, and Dennis Setzer was there.
That's one cool thing about these trucks. They're so big that when they do go sideways, they just stall out. You know, it actually, the wind tries to get on the side of that truck and straighten it up. It certainly slows its progress, and because of that, he never hit that wall. I can't believe gets spun out going into a turn, running over 180 miles an hour, and not wind up in the wall.
Let's ride along with him. This is David Starr. And how about that?
Usually that's followed by a kush.
Yeah. What a view he had and what we had with him. There's Ron Hornaday on pit road once again.
Yeah, need to get a little gas. We figured out maybe their mileage isn't as good as some of the other trucks, Ray. Is that the thinking?
Well, and they went down just a half a round on the track bar for Ron Hornaday, so making a very slight chassis adjustment. But yeah, Rick Wren said, let's not do tires here, obviously, but we need to put a little fuel in it. They're back on the lead lap now, getting the Aaron's lucky dog.
And remember now, he did not get the Aaron's lucky dog, Ray. He actually earned his way back because he was in front of our leader, Kyle Busch, so he will not have to start from the tail end of the longest line. Rick Crawford will, so he can start wherever he lines up on this restart.
Under the lights from Texas Motor Speedway, now the treats have been distributed. It goes to Rick Crawford and Ron Hornaday this time on Halloween.